welcome to another SeemsGoodMagic video. I'm your host Sam. We're a little quieter than normal today. We're in an office. My home internet got shut down, so I had to transfer locations. But look at our sick view today. We don't always have a view that sick, but today we do, so it's all good. Nice little untethered express here over the pacification rate. Pacification rate is a fantastic magic card, like definitely playing it in a lot of situations, but like untethered express is just so much better. You gotta go with the choo-choo train. So let's get it done there. Oh wow, Hungry Flames and Shock and Audacious Infiltrator and Monstrous Onslaught all in the same pack. So the way I would rate these cards is Flames, Onslaught, Shock, Infiltrator, but there is something to be said for just taking the green card and not passing any green. But I think Hungry Flames is so good that I just have to take it. Like, Monstrous Onslaught is great, don't get me wrong, but in a lot of situations you like are only able to do 4 damage or whatever, and you have to wait till turn 5, and you have to have like a creature on the battlefield. It can be a little tricky, whereas I think Hungry Flames is a little better and more of an aggressive card, and I want to be aggro, so I'm going to take Hungry Flames here. I think it's really, really, really good. And of course we totally get owned, so we get Druid, Prey Upon, Cavalry. Yeah, totally owned. I mean, the person to our left just is like has to be in green almost after we pass that Onslaught. They're getting a 3rd pick Onslaught. That's so late, but there's not a lot we can do here. We can't take Prey Upon. I think we have to take Druid. I think turn 3 Untethered Express is like a little juicier than Lifecraft Cavalry. I don't think there's really anything to be said for Salvager or Felidar Guardian, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab the Druid. Alright, now there's an Aether Swooper, an Audacious Infiltrator, and a Verdant Automaton. I think Audacious Infiltrator is good enough that I'm just going to grab it here. I think Mobile Garrison is at like the low end of artifacts, and Aether Swooper's pretty good. But I think white's a better color, so I'm going to go ahead and take Audacious Infiltrator. And we're going to keep an eye on blue though, right? We haven't seen any blue cards up to this point, so if we see another blue card in the next pack or two, then we should be able to jump on in. But we will see. So thank you everybody for hanging out with me today. If you haven't already, please go check out my main channel, Rubin. Link is in the description below for that. Have a fantastic altar giveaway. My friend Sarah did some amazing altars on some Mardu aggro cards, so we got that going on the main channel, so go check that out. Aether Poisoner, the Black Pack coming back, Hinterland Drake. I think I'm going to take a Renegade map. If I took Aether Super, I'd be tempted to take Hinterland Drake, but I think I'm just going to take an Aether Super here. And, I mean, Renegade Rallier is good enough. The issue is that Sweatworks Brawler is also in this pack, so maybe we take like a Sweatworks Brawler or an Audacious Infiltrator, but I think Renegade Rallier is so strong that we just kind of have to take it and put Hungry Flames to the side. I mean, if we don't end up playing it, that's okay, but like, with already a Renegade map, being able to pick up more Unbridled Growths, we saw one in pack 2, so that one could even wheel, like, the ability to go like a 2-drop, trade your 2-drop or whatever, 3-drop, or even just the ability to like 2-drop, they shock it, sack Renegade map, 3-drop, get back your 2-drop is just insane in this format. I think it's insane in all formats. It might not be that insane in Cube, but you know what I mean. So for everyone from my channel watching this, I don't really know how to beat the downswing. We haven't quite gotten there yet. For those of you not in the know, I made a video on my channel late last night, as I've been like trying to record this exact video like multiple times. Went through like a bunch of stuff where like I didn't think I really made a good video, etc., etc. Maybe we should have been blue, yeah. And then I'm just going to take a High Spire Infusion here. I think it's too late to be blue, although maybe not, but I think it is. I'm just going to High Spire Infusion. But anyways, went through a bunch of stuff, and then even ended up trying to record this video last night, getting like a very good, what I thought was entertaining draft in, and then having me record the wrong screen for 2 hours. So, a lot of nonsense, and then my internet cut off today, so a lot of nonsense in the recording of this video. I'm just thankful to Alex and the whole SeemsGoodMagic crew that, you know, everyone's, you know, pretty welcoming, and they allow for leeway, like me sending my video in at the last possible moment because of nonsense, but hey, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Alright, I mean, we're not looking super pretty, but we do have an Untethered Express and a Renegade Rallier. I mean, our power level is fairly high, although white-green is one of the worst combos. What's the white-green card in the next pack? It's not that great, right? I mean, so the advantage to white-green is that, like, maybe Oath of Ajani gets wheeled around a lot. Like, who knows? Sly Requisitioner is not that strong. I would say the strongest card in this pack is Aether Herder. So there is something to be said for that. Ooh, and an Audacious Infiltrator. One of the stronger white commons. Fantastic. Take a Watchful Automaton. Again, I mean, you're never playing it in a non-blue deck, but it was just the best card in the pack. I'll take a foil as well and a little negate action. Come on, Forest. We need a Forest for our green deck. Well, we need a Plains for our white deck, so, you know, that's true too. It's a sign, it's a sign, it's a sign. So I appreciate everybody choosing to spend their time with me today. It's been beautiful. I'm in the Northeast, so we just got that like horrific snowstorm. But like for the last 4 days after that, it's been really, really, really nice out. So, you know, just chugging along. Not really working on a ton of new content right now. Mostly just trying to like churn out what I've been doing, and yeah, I mean, basically my goals have just been to, you know, keep it going, keep it 100. So here we get a Scrounging Bandar, a Mechanized Production, and Iron Tread Crusher. I think I just take a Scrounging Bandar here, right? Like, it's obviously a very good 2-drop, and Iron Tread Crusher is pretty good, but I think Scrounging Bandar is going to be better. I don't think our deck is like an Unbridled Growth deck yet. I really don't like Aether Herder, but I have been playing it. I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of people play it, so maybe it's playable, who knows. I'm going to take a Scrounging Bandar here, though. We're going to move on to pack number 2. So, sorry for all the possible noise in the background. I am in a law office, so I have my own room, but it's obviously not soundproof like my studio is. So I'm just doing the best I can over here. A Planar Bridge or a Daredevil Dragster. Planar Bridge is just like $2, right? So it's not about the money here. We could take an Audacious Infiltrator, to be honest. We could take another 2-drop, but we might just end up with too many. I think I'm going to take a Daredevil Dragster here. It's very, very good, and even when it's not very, very good, it's very, very good, right? So, like, if your opponent kills it, they're trading something for your 3-drop. If your opponent just takes 8 and you draw 2 cards, you'll happily pay 3 to, like, deal 8, draw 2. And if all it does is block, you're happy to have it block. So I think I'm going to take it here. It's also a pretty good turn 3 play. We're going to nab a Caught in the Brights. No other removals, so pretty happy to have this piece here. Baral and Winkin Raiders hanging around, but Baral's not that good, so I don't really consider that a sign. Hinterland Drake and Ice Over. Like, we could have for sure had a pretty good blue artifact deck, but I'm not super upset with where we ended up. So now with Untethered Express and Dragster and a Caught in the Brights, Restoration Specialist becomes like not that terrible. When it's just a 1-for-1 that blocks, it's pretty okay. So I'm not super excited, but we got it. Ooh, Merchant Socket and Shielded Aether Thief. Yeah, we could have had the Nut White deck. I should have probably read the signals a little better, but I don't know. I don't love the white deck, so maybe I get just like focused in on not playing white. Gonna take a Pima Aether Seer here. The Audacious Infiltrator from like 3 packs ago could wheel, and I think we need good 4-drops at that, so I'm going to take a pretty good 4-drop, and we get Dawnfeather Eagle. Whew, alright, love it when a plan comes together. Just gonna take a Decommission here. It's like definitely playable. Yeah, Decommission is very, very playable. Dawn for the Eagles, probably the best white common after Audacious Infiltrator, well, they are fairly close. I don't know what the best green common is. Preypon, Scrounging Bandar, it's one of those two. There are a lot of people like have asked me the question, Sam, what do you think the best common in the set is? I'm pretty sure it's Aether Chaser, but like I don't actually know, so you know, who knows. Alright everyone, so here I think it's just Iron Tread Crusher. I'm not super excited with playing this many vehicles in my deck, but if I have high enough creature count I will. I also think the Crusher is marginally better than the Dragster. We already have a Conviction, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that in my board, and an Audacious Infiltrator. Wow, with this many infiltrators, I'm actually pretty happy to play a Crusher now instead of an Aether Herder, just because we have so many things that just crew it easily. Like, the fact that we don't have to use, like, 2 creatures double crew to use it is just so big. I mean, it being a 6/6 is huge, so pretty easy filigree crawler here. Nice little Aether Inspector, although I'm never happy to play that in any deck. Leave in the dust, take into custody, and a Plains. That's a good sign. Alright everyone, here we got pack number 3. Unfortunately we have to path Aether Skull Ancient, but I think it's a pretty easy Servant of the Conduit. Not exactly psyched to have 7 2-drops, but I mean, it can't be that bad, and I think Servant's pretty okay. Let's see what we get here. Alright, I mean, we get a Glint Sleeve Artisan. Again, not the best card, but it's going to be okay. My issue is going to be I have no idea how we're winning the game. Like, we don't have, it doesn't seem to me like we have any finishers, so I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do in that department, but we will see. We could take an Impeccable Timing, as we only have 1 removal, 2 removal spells. It could be an Attune with Aether or a Narname Cobra, but I think it's just Conchal Shield Guard. I think we need something a little bigger that's going to start attacking. It also keeps our Untethered Express safe, so that, you know, you need to keep your trains safe, right? I mean, you don't want people that are riding your trains to feel unsafe. Like, that's why you put seatbelts in the train, and, you know, you take all the safety precautions. You got to keep the train safe. So gonna take a Riparian Tiger here. It's just a finisher, and I need a finisher. Acrobatic Maneuver is fantastic with Renegade Rallier, Glint Sleeve Artisan, Scrounging Bandar, Dawn Feather Eagle, Pima Aether Seer. Like, it's very good with all those cards, don't get me wrong, but we need another finisher. And a Sky Swole Harrier. So I think we just take a Harrier. I mean, we could take an Assembler and try to wield the other Assembler, but I don't think that's super necessary. Here we'll just take a Pressure Point, I guess. I don't think I'm playing a 9th Bridge Patrol in my deck, but I could play a Pressure Point maybe. I have 14 creatures, which seems like a lot. I mean, not a lot, which seems, I don't know, I want 1 more creature maybe. The question is, how many lands am I playing? Am I playing 16 lands in this deck? Oh, okay, yeah. Totally playing 15 and a Renegade map, maybe? 16 and a Renegade map? I think 15 and a Renegade map is correct. We get a Fragmentize or an Electrostatic Pummeler. Unfortunately, this isn't a Pummeler deck, so I'm just going to take the Fragmentize and put it in the board. We do have a Pima Aether Seer and a Riparian Tiger. I mean, it's not like we have no energy, but I don't think it's that kind of an energy deck. Would love another 3-drop here. We're never getting a Thriving Rhino, but would even, like, happily take a Herald the Fair, although I think that's impossible because we haven't passed any, but I mean, even a card like that. This is the 8th pack, so we are going to see things that we haven't seen yet. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot that we would want in the first couple of packs we passed, so, like, that could matter. Larger Than Life, I don't think is going to make the cut, although I have seen it make the cut in this format much more than it made the cut in Kaladesh, simply due to the fact that there are a lot of board stalls here. Alright, little Thrybex. Very happy to have that card. Gonna need like 1 more to make the cut, basically. Takedown's going to be in the board. Could play an Aether Herder, could play a Filigree Crawler, could play a Fragmentize. There are a lot of things you could play. I mean, you could even convince me to play a Pressure Point. So, what do we have as others? We currently have 1, 2 tricks, 2 removal spells, and 3 trains. 2 tricks, 2 removal spells, 3 trains. I think that gets the job done. Restoration Gearsmith in the board, even with a Renegade map. Although if we had wheeled the Attune with Aether, we would have thought about it, but we are never wheeling the Attune with Aether. So the question is can you play Fragmentize and Decommission in this set? And I don't know the answer. I mean, if we're not doing that, we're probably just playing like an Aether Herder and all the lands. Yeah, I don't think we need a Cogwalker's Pulse on here. Alright, well, we're going to do this and 8 and 8. I will see everybody for round number 1. So click through the next video. See you there.